most important days of your life. You can plan from a very young age your perfect day filled with flowers, cake, music, laughter, family, and friends. You found the love of your life, and after this day, your life will be forever changed. You say your vows and go through common rituals. All this makes up the special day known as your wedding. This June, I am getting married, and as I was planning for my wedding, I started to wonder why there are certain things done at weddings. For example, why did the bridesmaids carry flowers down the aisle, and what is the significance of having bridesmaids and groomsmen? Or even, why does the father walk the daughter down the aisle and give her away? I found the answers to these questions and more to be quite interesting. Did you know that the reason why the bride has bridesmaids? In earlier centuries, brides would often be captured because they would have expensive dowries. On the way to the wedding, the bride would be kidnapped, and the captor would rape her to consummate the marriage. The father would then have to give her dowry to the captor. To stop this from happening, brides would choose bridesmaids to stand up alongside them at the wedding. They would dress just like the bride, so it would confuse the captor. Also, the groom would stand up to the right of the bride, so that he would have a sword on his right side and he would be able to draw it, and he would not injure his bride. The roots behind these traditions date way back to ancient times, according to the article Origins of Wedding Traditions, written by Danielle Sokol, who was the president of Wedding Planners Institute of Canada. The word wedding actually means wager. The bride was considered to be the father's property, and marriage was a business agreement between the groom and the father of the bride. The groom would ask for the bride's hand in marriage because he knew that he would get a large sum of money from the father, or maybe even some land. The deal was sealed when the father gave his daughter's hands to the groom after walking down the aisle with her. Another important part of the wedding is the bride's wedding dress. The bride spends so much time picking out just the right one, and the majority of brides pick white dresses. But do you know where the white dress came from? It became popular because of Queen Victoria. Before, royalty would wear either silver or purple dresses. Most of the poor never even had wedding dresses. Queen Victoria wore white on her wedding day because she liked that the color white symbolized purity. Because of Queen Victoria, wearing a white wedding dress has become very popular and still is today. However, even though the color white does symbolize purity, it was actually the veil that the bride would wear that symbolized her virginity and not the white wedding dress. If a bride were to cover her face with the veil, it meant that she was a virgin and pure. If the bride had children or had been previously married, she could not wear the veil past her cheeks. An important part of our wedding today are flowers. The flower girl will sprinkle petals down the aisle, groomsmen wear corsages, and bridesmaid and the bride carry bouquets. In ancient times, according to the leading website on wedding information, Perfect Wedding, brides would carry a bouquet of herbs and garlic because they thought by doing this that they would ward off evil spirits. Eventually, the garlic and herbs were replaced by flowers. The flower girl also had special significance. This tradition dates back to ancient Roman time, and instead of the flower girl throwing down flowers, she would instead throw down grains, herbs, and garlic to symbolize fertility in the marriage and also to ward off evil spirits. Another very important tradition of wedding is the bride and the groom exchanging rings to each other. This tradition dates way back to ancient Egypt civilization, according to the website Wedding Band World, which is a popular website on wedding band information. They would use reeds and sedges and braid them for rings for their fingers. The shape of the ring symbolizes a lasting marriage. In a circle, there is no beginning or end. Therefore, it meant that the marriage will also have no end. Also, the ring is worn on the fourth finger because in ancient times, Egyptians and Romans believed that there was a vein in the fourth finger that led directly to your heart. This vein was known as the vein of love, and it seemed like the most logical place that a wedding band would be placed. However, scientists have found that there is no vein in the fourth finger that goes directly to your heart, but to this day, this tradition is still carried out. As you can see, there are many traditions that are carried out in weddings that date way back to ancient times. Some seem quite unusual, but still have significant meanings behind them. The next time you are in a wedding, or go to a wedding, you'll know a little bit more about these wedding traditions that have been passed down from generation to generation and will be passed down for many more to come.